Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are working on lesson 3.8, which is how can we work with tenths. Tenths is a decimal. We know basic place value where we go ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and so on and so forth. But we can go up, we can actually go the opposite way away from ones as well. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so normally we can do our ones, our tens, our hundreds, but something that comes after the ones going in the opposite direction is called the tenths. And this is decimal land. So this is a little different than something that you've heard of before. But as you notice, that word tenths can also be used when determining or reading a fraction. For example, if I have a fraction that looks like this is read 3/10. So in order for me to write this as a decimal, I just have to put that 3 in the tenths place. Now, with fractions and decimals are the same thing. They represent the same type of number. They represent part of a whole. They're just written differently. Okay, so 3/10 we can write as a decimal like this. As 0.3. This, where the 0 is the ones place. This, where the 3 is called the tenths place. So this as a fraction and this as a decimal equal the same amount. And it would be drawn as a circle, like it would be drawn as a circle cut into 10 parts with 3 of them shaded in, because 3 out of 10. Okay. Now, the other cool thing about fractions is if I were to put this in a calculator, I could also get this decimal out, because all fractions are actually just division problems. To get what the decimal is for each fraction is you just take the numerator and divide it by the denominator. Why don't you try that and see if you get this decimal as your answer? And if you put this in your calculator, you should get an answer of 0.3 or 3/10. Okay, so today you are going to be working with tenths, and you're going to be converting fractions to decimals. Okay, and like I said, let's do a couple more examples together. Whatever number is in the tenths place, that is where it goes in the decimal in the tenths place. So let's do a couple more examples together. So let's talk about how I would write 5/10 as a decimal. How would you write 5/10 as a decimal? And what you should have came up with is 0.5. The 0 is representing the ones place, and the 5 is in the tenths place. So this as a decimal is the same as this as a fraction. Let's do one more example together. How would I write 7/10 as a decimal? And what you should have gotten is 0.7. And like I said, if you're struggling a lot with trying to figure out where to put the 7 due to place value, all you have to do in your calculator is take the numerator and divide it by the denominator, and it will also give you the decimal. Okay? So that is it on how to convert a fraction to a decimal today. You're going to be doing that in your math journal, along with also comparing decimals. And comparing decimals is just like comparing any other number. You're going to look at what number's in the tens place, and you're going to determine which number is larger. Okay? Have fun learning today, and I look forward to meeting with you guys in small groups.